Zach, it's me. Zach, we're
It's
we're
you.
doing this thing that we do.
We're doing this thing that has become a regular staple of our lives somehow, and possibly one of the last things keeping me sane in a very busy time of my life is ranting about A Song of Ice and Fire with you and coming up
Yeah,
with fun theories.
Zach, I understand you have an anecdote, but
Okay, so this is quite the story. Hold on, I'm going to plug in my laptop so you can get some memes of ASMR if you're a hardcore fan and then need something.
not sure if Zach is going in and out on the recording, but I hope he is because if he is,
But
then
hello,
we
what about
chat
the
and just get
recording?
to hang out together. Zach, you're back.
I said I was plugging my laptop in. So noticed it was very much not. Okay, so I have this. I have a fun anecdote. As previously stated, you are drawing a stapler.
Yes,
It is
yeah,
also
you
a
talked about how these videos are a staple for you.
Oh yes, they are a staple. That's correct. That is true. Oh God. Okay,
Zach, I like
so
this. I like this show we do.
me too.
Okay, go ahead. I'll draw an Among Us.
So, as previously stated, I am currently away from where I originally called home in the Philadelphia metro area, and rather close to New York City as well. And I go to New York with friends when able because it's a fun place to go. So, um, a friend and two of my friends and I decided that we were going to go to New York. And while we were there, we all like public transit. But one of our friends is really like a big train guy. He just loves the idea of metro lines and subways and stuff like that. So he wanted to go to the New York Metro store to get stuff, and we were at that point getting pizza in Brooklyn because it's apparently where the best pizza is. And we went to Not Ray's Pizza, which there's a famous pizza place called Ray's, which is a chain throughout New York City. As far as I'm aware, there's only one Not Ray's, so it's some excellent branding. But that's neither here nor there. We get there and we try and go in the store and it's closed. And they're like, okay, you order online and then pick it up here and we hand it out to you. So we just look and peek through the window and try and find things that are in the store, pay for them online, and then call. And they're like, hey, we just, made our order. Can we like get the stuff we paid for? And they're like, no, we don't even know if we have it in the store. And we're like, yeah, okay, I know you have it in the store. I'm currently outside the store and you have it. so I wasn't trying to be rude to the people working there because I'm sure like they clearly don't make that decision. It was just sort of baffling to me. So we're like, you know what? We'll just hang around New York City, have a good time, and they'll let us know when it's ready. We got like hours before they close, so we'll be fine. So we go party up, have a fun time, go do different things, go to a rooftop bar, all the things you do when you're in New York City, and then we head back. Our soul is almost consumed by New Jersey as the train refuses to let us leave at our original stop at first. But that's neither here nor there. Go back to work, have a normal day or two of work, and then I get an email saying your order is ready for pickup, like late on a Wednesday. And so I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like they can hold it for me. It says your order will only be held for 7 days. It's like, great, excellent. I need to make an expedited trip to New York. So I only get 1 day off a week. My friend, who's one of my coworkers, also only gets 1 day off a week. We're both like, well, there's 1 day in which we could conceivably go to New York City, and we have to do it. So with very little planning, we just haphazardly ran out to New York, picked up the stuff, and said, well, now we have to do whatever we can in New York. So we went to Central Park to see the leaves changing on the trees, which, by the way, has not happened yet. So that was pointless. But
so you went to Central Park.
We went to Central Park. It was very nice. My one friend really hates a certain building on Billionaires Row. It's a newer one. I'm forgetting the name. It's just like a number and then the street that it's on. It's a just very tall, generic tower. So we went and sat outside it so we could hate it up close. And
My God, do I identify with that?
yeah, oh yeah, it reminded me a lot of something you would do. And I think we really commented that at the time. Yeah, it was very fun. But like I was looking for, before, like trying to hastily plan things to do in New York City, and we didn't end up going. But I found out there's a park, I believe it's Washington Square Park, where people just play chess with random passerbyers a lot. In fact, it's like the New York City capital for chess hustlers, where people will, say like, come play this game of chess with me. I'll double your money if you win, and they absolutely demolish you. And there's one guy there. He's famous. His name is Russian Paul, presumably because his name is Paul and he's Russian. And apparently, like I read an article from 2007 saying that he's been there for 15 years. Dunking on noobs in chess, basically, and he's still out there today. I've seen Reddit posts like recently of him playing against people.
He's still
Man,
out there.
that man,
He's
for
still at
30
large.
years, has made his money just being good at chess in New York City and finding people who think they're hot shit. I think we're 5 minutes in. To go.
On, I'll check. Oh wait, yes, we're 6:30. Very nice.
Ooh, we're 6:30. Excellent. He has spent 30 years of his life just hanging around being good at chess and somehow making a living off of that. And that made me realize, man, there are way more fun things to do in life, I suppose. If you get really good at something and you're just in a place where enough people will walk up and challenge you, you could just like make money that way. So I don't know how you become like a professional, like, I don't know, Smash Bros hustler, but I'm working on it.
You finished the story earlier than I thought you would. You know the Seto Kaiba hands?
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw. I was gonna like draw like one of those, but like drawing a chess piece off a chessboard. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yes.
But I realized it was ambitious to try to draw any hand in any configuration. And I realized that I'm not even confident that I could draw a passable chess piece on the first attempt. Hold on, we're going to try that right now. And then it's like flare at the bottom a little bit. I hope that everyone's excited. I hope that this is why everyone comes to watch our show. To watch you tell a story and me talk.
There will be 2 or 3 people in the comments who are like really upset that we waste time at the beginning of the video, and then there's all the regulars who remember these vividly, and like it's part of the show for them. They love the combination, and
that looks like something that it's not supposed to look like.
And we make videos exclusively for that latter group of people.
Yeah.
Because the latter group of people agree with the kind of videos we want to make, and we're not changing anything.
Oh my God. This video goes out to the person who left a comment that says, "Your rambling at the beginning of the videos ruins the videos."
If that ruins the videos for you, it's okay. You're just not watching the right kind of videos.
It's
like I said, for there's a large number of those people out there. Somebody should just make an entirely separate YouTube channel where they explain what our theory is by watching it, and then just being like, in this video, the theory is that, and it would be like 5 minutes long, but you would definitely get like at least 6 viewers, we can confirm.
To those people, I will give my standard. I encourage you to engage in intimate sexual intercourse with over-the-counter, non-prescription strength bug spray, which is to say, fuck off. Wow, I was kind of pleased with that one too. Wow. You know something? I'm gonna steal this video. I'm gonna do one of my theories this video.
Why are you gonna steal? I was been laughing at that this whole time.
That was rude.
What was rude?
It wasn't you. I'm sorry, it wasn't you that was rude. It was your microphone setup.
Was my laugh not coming through?
Yeah, I heard one like, and then dead silence.
That was me cracking up like the laugh slowly cracking out of a facade of trying not to laugh. Yeah, my microphone apparently is not good at picking that up.
Oh my god! Hey Zach, you wanna play this? You wanna do this game that we do?
Let's do this game. I have a theory for you.
Yay!
It's my first serious theory in a while, I think. When was the last time I did a serious, non-memey, non-jokey theory?
It might have been the Red Door, Zach. It's been a while.
It has been. It has been the Red Door, unless you count the why episode, the Mystery of the 15th Flame, where I was just asking why Dragonstone is an active volcano.
I mean, that was just a good episode.
It was just a good episode, yeah. Not super viewed, but like, you know, some of them are hits, some of them aren't.
Yeah, they don't.
Not everything can be the Cinnamon Conspiracy, or the Faceless Woman, or the Red Door, or the Snowed In, or Jon Snow's real name for some reason.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Jon Snow's real name really popped up. I don't know.
I think a lot of people click on it thinking we have the answer, and instead we're just sort of like guessing around.
Yeah, we're just.
I do like somebody put in the comments something that solidified it for me, which is the Jon Snow at one point says, "I'm not Aemon Targaryen," and it would be like George's like perfect thing to be like, well, actually, as it turns out, that's kind of sold me on his name being Aemon. That's my number one answer.
It is pretty,
but that's not the quote for today, unfortunately. Aemon Targaryen, the day Aemon Targaryen. oh, that's too good. All right, Tom, I have a theory for you. If you're still alive, but you may not be.
I'm sorry. It's just really funny. Oh my god, Zach! I've listened through our Gardic phone stream a couple of times. And there's this moment where I'm laughing and I say, I just laugh uncontrollably for like a minute, and then I say, my god, that last drawing wasn't even all that funny. I just lost my fucking mind.
I felt that way a couple times this week. Something mildly funny happens and I go into a fit of hysteria.
I'm not Aemon Targaryen. Aemon Targaryen, the day he Aemon Targaryen. Okay, Zach, give me my quote, please.
Your quote for today's theory. Monstrous, twisted. I drew him forth myself. He was scaled like a lizard, blind, with the stub of a tail and small leather wings, like the wings of a bat. When I touched him, the flesh slid off the bone, and he was full of grave worms and the stink of corruption. He had been dead for years.
When I touched him, the flesh sloughed off the bones. He was filled with the stink.
Inside, he was full of grave worms and the stink of corruption. He had been dead for years.
Ooh.
And this is from Mary Mazdur.
Yeah. This is too Danny.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Zach, I forgot how much I flippin' love this game we play.
Yeah.
Because I was just losing my mind laughing, but now I'm totally in.
Yeah. Is this our first Rhaego adjacent theory?
Um, um,
You
uh,
could argue the M&M theory kind
yeah,
of
I
touches
was
on
gonna
it.
say M plus M equals D is kind of Rego adjacent.
But no, this one's a lot more like direct contact with the issue of what the hell is going on with Rhaego.
Now she says I drew him forth myself, but I want to know what drawings 1 through 3 were.
So
Scale.
it's like it's like in the Bible how Jesus said, "Come forth and be saved," but came fifth and got a toaster instead.
Come forth and be saved is polite advice for any orgy.
Oh, that's the grosser version of that joke is Jesus said, "Come forth and be saved," but John came fifth and had to eat the biscuit.
Oh no! No! Zach, no! Zach, hit the button! Wait,
Hit
no,
the button.
it's 2022. Don't Google that.
Don't. Well, actually, no. If you just Google Limp Bizkit, you're just gonna get like some like kind of lame heavy metal music. Mary Mazder, right before Danny set the flames to the funeral pyre, said, "I did it all for the nookie."
Oh my god, that's I hate everything about this. Um, Zach, this is a good quote. This is from the end of the first book.
Yes.
This is right after the death of Khal Drogo. Well, death in quotes. Uh,
This is after Khal Drogo has been turned into a horse, as our good
okay.
friend Glidus would tell you.
All right, that was going to be my next statement, so I'm glad we don't have to go over that. That is not a ding. Khal Drogo as a horse is not a ding. Oh shit!
Not if Khal
Damn it!
Drogo's a
Fuck
horse.
dicks! Go fill out the nerd poll. Shit.
We're gonna record 2 more videos tonight. We'll have opportunities.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Go fill out the nerd
There's a
poll.
nerd poll in the
There's a
comments. If
nerd
you
poll in
made
the
it past the
comments.
Limp Bizkit joke, you're a true fan.
When you fill out the nerd poll and you answer who is the rightful heir king who's the rightful ruler of the Seven Kingdoms with Limp Bizkit, I will know that you're a real fan.
King Fred Durst, first of his name, breaker of stuff.
Zach, I'm gonna start poking in some directions here, okay? Okay, I'm gonna start poking.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, monstrous twisted blade. Okay, I'm pulling out the pen. I know it's early in the game, but I'm pulling out the pen.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. This down here. Oh, oops! This is typoed. There's supposed to be a worm statement in here.
Yeah,
But
worms.
Zach, Arya Targaryen is also filled with worms.
Yeah.
In one of the coolest and most unsettling parts of the whole series. This is in the World of Ice and Fire. Arya Targaryen rides Balerion, presumably back to old Valyria, and she comes back full of fireworms with human faces.
I didn't have that as a ding, but you're going. It's very much in the right direction, so I would actually give you that as a ding. I did not write that down because it wasn't directly what I was going for, but the like Arya Targaryen thing is definitely like adjacent to where this theory is going. So I think having that on the board is a good idea.
Okay. So do you want me to add it, or do you want me to just keep that in mind?
No, go ahead and add her to the board. I only have 12 hints for this one, so like anything that helps you get there is going to fill up some space.
Would you spell check me on this? Area Targaryen?
It is spelled no, Aerea. It's a palindrome. We love palindromes on this channel.
Oh my god, just like Bob.
Just like Bob Targaryen.
Just like Bob. New theory. Robert Baratheon is a Targaryen. Arya Targaryen was filled with fire. Let's go with infected. with fire worms after returning from Valyria. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, no, that's a little off screen. Yeah, there we go.
I
Perfect.
wonder if people could hear the air raid siren going off in the background.
Okay. All right. He'd been dead for years. There's a lot of weird Targaryen babies, Zach.
Yes, there are many weird Targaryen babies.
Yeah. Everyone who doesn't want Fire and Blood and or House of the Dragon spoilers, close your ears. Rhaenyra Targaryen is pregnant right now in House of the Dragon. Am I moving in a direction that is worth moving in?
Probably. I did not have this as a hint. I remember this. Let me go double check. Let me read this again to see. I didn't want to include stuff from the Dance of the Dragons because of how spoilerific it would be at the moment. So let me see. Yeah, this should absolutely be a ding. It's up to you if we want to read the spoiler out loud. I think we can get there without that.
Oh my god. Let's go ahead and read the spoiler because mild spoilers for a future video of ours. There's gonna be some heavy House of the Dragon spoilers in a couple of videos.
Okay, well, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Tell me about Visenya Targaryen, Tom.
Visenya Targaryen. Visenya Targaryen is the older sister of Aegon the Conqueror.
The other Visenya Targaryen.
Oh,
The one you're describing right now. The one you're talking about with Rhaenyra's pregnancy.
Okay. Rhaenyra.
Although, the name Visenya might be relevant too. Don't like.
I didn't know that baby had a name.
The baby's name is Visenya Targaryen.
Ooh.
Which actually, yeah, 100% should have had this as a clue. Actually.
Okay, perfect.
Piecing that information together.
Rhaenyra Targaryen is currently pregnant in the series.
Yeah.
She returns to Dragonstone in the show on the night of her father's death, and she doesn't know that her father has died while she's still at sea. She arrives at Dragonstone, hears about the coup, and goes into labor. And she is in labor like a month or two early, and she rages and screams, and it is implied that some sort of Targaryen-y, dragon-y magic comes out of her anger. And in her fury, she births a monster described very similarly to the way that Rhaego is described here.
Dragon-like birth defects. Yeah.
Yes. Is that a ding there, Zach?
Yeah, that's a ding.
Yeah. What am I writing
I think
down?
the word twisted is even used. Rhaenyra Targaryen gives birth to a stillborn daughter with dragon-like qualities named Visenya.
At the beginning of the Dance of the Dragons. Rhaenyra Targaryen gives birth to a twisted, scaly, stillborn daughter named Visenya at the beginning of the Dance of the Dragons. Perfect. You can go right on up there. Let's make sure that's on screen. Oh, it can even go a little bit further. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Perfect. All right. Okay, we're moving in some directions here. Now, she's not the only one. There's more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's more scaly babies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh, let me think here. I I don't remember any more off the top of my head, Zach. I know that
You got to
there
go
are
back
some.
further in the timeline.
Um 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 mm, Magor the Cruel.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Magor the
Uh,
Cruel is seems to have been impotent. Uh,
yes.
yeah,
I'll give you the ding right here. Maegor the Cruel's children were born with monstrous dragon-like features.
monstrous features. I am detecting a pattern.
You're detecting the pattern, and you haven't like hit the crux of this theory yet. I think we're still a bit away from the spine.
What do you think of the phrase "Gilly's baby is called monster"?
Does not get you a ding.
Dang. The stub of a tail. It's like a bat. Stub of a tail and wings like a bat. Stub of a tail and wings like a bat. He had been dead for years. This may be similar turn of phrase used to describe Lady Stoneheart. Are we moving in an undeadly direction?
We're
Perhaps?
staying. Well, there's an argument there, but we'll say that staunchly for the end of the conversation. We're
I'm
staying pretty close to House Targaryen on this one.
gonna bring this guy up here with this. I think that's a good place for it.
I just think it's a good place. Yeah.
It's a good place, and they say it gets gooder. Wait till you get foot footer.
Yes, correct. All
Uh,
of these things.
Mmm.
So
Mm.
Tom, where are we going?
I think I think Daenerys might be related to these people.
That's true, unless you believe a lot of like infidelity theories, which
I think that you're implying that
mhm,
Daenerys Targaryen might be related to Maegor the Cruel.
non-zero chance.
A lot of it is a common turn of phrase for Targaryens to say that they are the blood of the dragon.
Was
Are you perhaps suggesting that this might be literal?
sort of they're very similar to a cut hint that I couldn't make work perfectly.
Ooh, okay.
I'll tell you what it was. It will not get you there, I don't think. I don't know exactly how it connects. It felt right, but as I got closer to the finalized version of the theory, I realized it wasn't going to be in there. It was Danny's brother saying you don't want to wake the dragon.
Ooh, ooh. I think that turn of phrase, by the way, is going to be used with some frequency in Daenerys's evil Mad Queen arc later. Because even in Dance, she repeats that to herself all the dang time. I think
Mm-hmm.
that as she is contemplating setting motherfuckers on fire, she's going to hear Viserys somewhere in the back of her brain going, "You don't want to wake the dragon, do you?"
That seems right to me.
Hmm. Zach.
So,
Hmm. You don't say. Monstrous, twisted. Uh, Other complicated childbirths, perhaps. Um, in the show, Emma Aaron, and in the show and in the books, one of the Baratheons, whoever's married to Rogar Baratheon, uh, has that very difficult childbirth. where she has to be cut open, and there's
Yes.
this very interesting, very interesting, and I think culturally relevant discussion about agency and sexual health.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Uh,
That's good. That could certainly be part of this argument. It's not where I'm going, so I didn't include that. You could certainly argue this comes from the same thing that I'm going to argue, but
but yours has more dragons in.
my that's only part of where we're going.
Are you implying that
It's going to
Targaryen?
get weird.
Are you implying that Targaryens lay dragon eggs?
I did think about that while writing this theory. I have no evidence to assert that, but I have. It's going to be even weirder than that, I think.
Oh, I got one. Near the end of the Dance of the Dragons, Aegon II literally sits on dragon eggs like a hen.
He might have just been a weird fuck.
Well, did you watch the newest episode of House of the Dragon?
Not yet.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about it. Oh wait, no, it's not the newest. It's the second newest. You watched up to episode.
I did watch that one, and
we know what kind of a gross person he is.
I haven't watched the newest episode yet, but apparently they ripped off the ending of Shrek. So,
I cannot dispute this. I cannot. I thought it was a little over the top, but I did appreciate it, especially when Daemon Targaryen came out and started singing Smash Mouth. I didn't know Matt Smith could sing.
C minor, put it in C minor.
I was 0.5 of a second away from making that joke, Zach. Saying those words. C minor, put it in C minor.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's
Where have all the good men gone?
where are all the gods?
Except all the gods are Targaryens. All the gods weirdly have exactly the same chin.
All right, Tom, do you need me to deal you a card, or you got more theories you want to poke around?
Well, I mean, I was just going to keep on making Bonnie Tyler jokes, but I guess if we got to move on.
You got to turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely when my brother's coming round.
Turn around.
Turn around, blue eyes. Wait, no. Turn around, bright flame. Every now and then I drink wildfire. And I'm burning out tonight.
And I need you more than ever. Okay.
Making it right.
Do you have a guess, or do you need a hint?
I would like a card, please.
You got really quiet all of a sudden.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this better?
Yes.
I would like. I think I was peaking my mic.
That's entirely possible and actually quite likely.
Oh my god. I would like a card, please.
Go to random.org. Official sponsor of our show, random.org.
Oh my god.
I am determining right now.
No. We can't take that sponsorship from Random Internet Guy.
Yes, Random Internet Guy who owns random.org. It's his organization. We're asserting. It's now true. Everybody on the next Random Internet Guy video, just comment like, I can't believe you're the guy who owns random.org. And we'll see if he watched this video or not, or if he's confused.
How did the merger with random.inc
go? Here's you got number 2, which you had not gotten yet.
Perfect.
This is a Merriam-Webster quote. It might be the most famous Merriam-Webster quote.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah.
The most famous Merriam-Webster quote. Is it the one about Marwyn the Mage?
No.
Is it? Is it? You will not hear me scream.
No.
Oh, is it her screaming? Okay, I give up.
Screams incoherently. Dash Merrimaster. No.
All right, there we go. Screams
That's
incoherent.
definitely what the everybody's favorite Merrimaster quote.
All right, what's the quote?
Only death may pay for life.
Oh, yes.
Only death can pay for life, she says. Sorry. This might be, I believe it's said in the books. It's definitely said in the Bad Dragon show.
Where's the streetwise Hercules to fight the rising odds?
Isn't there a white knight upon a shining steed?
Upon a shining steed. It's Sunfire.
Late at night, I toss and I turn, and I dream of what I need.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we can add this to our pantheon of music-related A Song of Ice and Fire theories.
This has nothing to do with the theory. We just both really like Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. I think that's what's happening here.
We also really like the song Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah, did you know that Bonnie Tyler, the person who like wrote all her songs, is the same person who wrote like a lot of Meatloaf's songs when he like came back in the 90s?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like it makes like complete and total sense when you think of like 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad, or what's the other one? I Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That. They have very similar energy to Bonnie Tyler songs. And here's another fun thing. That person who wrote the lyrics and helped produce the music was originally supposed to be the person to write the lyrics and to help come up with the music and concept for Phantom of the Opera. But it didn't work out, and Andrew Lloyd Webber worked with somebody else instead. Which makes me think of an alternate universe where Bonnie Tyler was Christine, and where Meatloaf was the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh my god, is that the funniest image in my brain? That's so good, dude.
No, the song never said that, by the way.
The Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. Meatloaf as the Phantom and Bonnie Tyler as Christine. This would never have been a successful musical, but my God, would I love it specifically.
Oh my God, like an upbeat sort of pop that think of me fondly, think of me often. When I cross your mind.
Yes.
That actually kind of reads like a Meatloaf song.
I've thought about this. This is one of those ideas that resurfaces my brain like every year of just what that world would be like.
Oh, like a bat out of hell. Okay, all right. That's those.
You guys stay for the tangents. We know this.
All of these jokes are all for George Martin.
This is when George Martin laboriously works in a reference to a Bonnie Tyler song in The Winds of Winter. We know that our theories are what got on there.
He's like, wow, these guys already figured out my Rolling Stones bit. They already figured out my Simon and Garfunkel bit. I'll throw them a bone. Okay, Zach. I'm not sure where we're going with this. Okay. So wait, are we suggesting that the other dead babies in A Song of Ice and Fire? Ooh, hold on here. Hold the phone.
Ooh, is this the dead baby theory?
Mary Mazdur performs a ritual with Daenerys and Khal Drogo, sacrificing the life of Daenerys's baby to cast a spell. Are you suggesting that other Targaryens are also casting spells using these babies?
Not what I'm suggesting, but this is actually surprisingly very much on the right track.
Only death can pay for life. Only death can pay for life. Are you suggesting that Arya Targaryen died when she went to Valyria? And that Rhaenyra died somehow?
I don't think that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh,
Tell
right.
me.
It's because it's not them that were brought back to life anyway. It's Khal Drogo. It's not Daenerys Daenerys didn't have the spell cast on her. Khal Drogo did.
Yes. Tell me about Daenerys' family. We're going to get, I think, the largest amount of dings is up that tree.
Daenerys' family.
Yes.
Daenerys' family tree, famously linear.
Her family tree is more like a circle. Or maybe not a circle. More like a straight line.
It's sort of a braid.
Yeah, yes. It intertwines a lot, but it only goes in one direction. There aren't very many branches.
Excuse me, it no longer only goes in one direction, it now only goes in Harry Styles. Anyway, Daenerys' father is Ares the Crazy, and her brother is Vis Ares the Crazy. And her mother is Rhaella? Rhaella? Is that correct? Am I remembering that right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, Rhaella sounds right.
Yeah. Rhaella, her brother is Rhaegar.
Yes.
Rhaegar was famously married to Elia Martell.
Famously.
Rhaegar has 3 children, all of whom are in some way lying about their identities currently.
Yes.
Jon Snow, Aegon Targaryen is actually Jon Snow. Young Griff is actually Aegon Targaryen, and Sorella Sand is actually Rhaenys Targaryen.
Yeah, we have asserted this, and it is factual. Yes, this is all entirely true.
Han Solo,
actually,
Han
like that,
Solo
like
voice. Every word in that sentence was wrong.
like honestly, like House of the Dragon has legitimized the like they just found somebody who looked close enough to his daughter. Like everybody thought the daughter's body matched really well, but like it would have been horribly brutalized. And as we saw in House of the Dragon, you can fake somebody's death with a brutal enough murder, and their parents will buy it.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's that is the second time we've had that, right? It's lampshaded there in House of the Dragon, and it's lampshaded in Book 2 with Theon and those 2 kids.
yeah,
Right? If you just like, it's not like anybody other than like the kids' handmaids know what the 3-year-old looked like. She was the 3-year-old, so you get a
yeah.
similarly sized kid, and then boom.
Put the right clothes, style the hair the right way. Bada bing, bada boom. No one knows whose dead kid it is. This really is a dead kid theory, isn't it?
This is kind of a dead kid theory, Zach. Oh, you know what else? It's if Preston Jacobs' theory about the giant versus the the giant versus the Dallas Stars. He supposes that wasn't actually that knight who died. That it was a white dressed up like that knight.
Yeah.
And nobody knew it because the body was so mangled. That would be another. Actually, a Theon would be a lampshade to that, and that would be a lampshade to Sorella.
Yes, I would agree.
Man, this story's good. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, the story is good. It's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Um,
Is any of this relevant?
no, but you mentioned a lot of names who, if you talk about aspects of their life, their who they were, what they went through, you'll get um, pretty much the bulk of the theory, I think.
Okay, you sort of jumped at me saying Rhaegar. Does that help?
Yeah, tell me why don't we start with tell me about Rhaegar?
Rhaegar was born at Summerhall.
Ding! There we
Yeah,
go. Summerhall, baby.
It's a human sacrifice theory.
Oh boy, is it a human sacrifice theory?
In the 1999, you can fit so many dead Targaryens in this baby. Where you want this? Maybe down in maybe a new corner down here.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I feel like this being the Danny's family corner is a good spot.
Hmm. Oh, you don't say. Here Targaryen was born at Summerhall. Aegon the Fifth died at Summerhall, as did Sir Duncan the
Lots of
Tall.
people. Duncan the Tall. I think the only people who very few people made it out. Jenny of Oldstones died there too.
And she was friends with the Wood Witch. I don't think she was Maggie the Frog. I think she was the other one, the Ghost of Highheart.
She's the ghost of Highheart.
Yeah. Okay. Danny's family. Danny's family. More of Danny's family connected with sacrifice. Aerys II Targaryen tried to flame broil King's Landing.
Ding!
Yeah.
This isn't the best quote for this, but it felt thematically appropriate. I don't think this is the strongest hint to get you where we're going, but I will give it to you anyways. And I could not resist adding it. It's such a good quote.
Perfect.
Targaryens never bury their dead; they burn them. Aerys meant to have the greatest funeral pyre of them all.
Ooh. Ooh. And who is that? Is that a Jamie?
That's a Jamie.
We'll put that down here next to Dear Rhaegar. Ooh. Arion Brightflame drain the fucking slams wildfire.
You're going too far away now. Very good. I love talking about bright flames. You were hitting the crux of this theory really hard, and you just jumped away. I hate to see you do it. Tell me more about Danny's family. There's a lot more to dig up there.
Human sacrifice in Danny's family.
Might be worth it to go through the things that were happening around the times each of Danny's siblings, of which there's only one more, and about Danny, what was going on in the world during the different eras of the Mad King's reign. Might be a good rundown. Talk about his life. I know you've read The World of Ice and Fire.
You want to talk about the Nine Penny Kings?
Sure, we could talk about the Nine Penny Kings.
You want
I feel
to
like
talk about Meleys the Monstrous?
Meleys the Monstrous did I leave that hint on here? I might have pulled it off. Meleys the Monstrous definitely deserves mention.
Meleys the Monstrous got two heads?
Yes.
One big, one little.
Yes.
things that were happening around these times. Things that were happening around these times. With Dany's siblings.
Okay, I'll
Viserys Targaryen gets his head melted.
That's yes, that does happen. What do you know what happens around the time Viserys is born?
No.
Would you like me to give you that hint?
Yeah, what? Because it's not the burning of it's not the burning of Brandon and Rickard. That happens when Daenerys is born.
Well, hey, ding! I didn't
Oh,
expect you to hit it from that angle, but
shit.
hey,
Cool.
Um, quote from our boy Jaime Lannister. Lord Rickard demanded trial by combat, and the king granted the request. Stark armored himself as for battle, thinking to duel one of the king's guard. Me, perhaps. Instead, they took him to the throne room and suspended him from the rafters while two of Aerys' pyromancers kindled a blaze beneath him. The king told him that the fire was the champion of House Targaryen. So all Lord Rickard needed to do to prove himself innocent of treason was, well, not burn.
I'm not sure how fast you think I can type.
You basically have everything you need right there.
Give it one. Hello, it is I, Kimmy Lannister. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Melisandre flame broils the Lord of Bones dressed up like Mance Rayder.
Does not get you anything.
We're staying in Targaryen land, huh?
Do you still want me to give you the Viserys thing that you may not remember from the World of Ice and Fire that helps here?
What was going on when Viserys was born?
Also, is there any noteworthy qualities of? Sorry,
I know it. I think.
what?
The Defiance of Duskendale was a conflict that happened some 7 or 8 years before the sack of King's Landing, after which, upon his release, the Mad King roasted at the stake the Darklands of Duskendale.
I mean, it's actually a pretty good piece of evidence. Let me go check the timeline. Hold on.
Did I get that right? He might have just taken their heads off, but I don't think he did.
I mean, he seems more likely to have burned them alive. I think the timeline is just not right for what I'm asserting here, which is, as I have now checked, correct. The Defiance of Duskendale happens too late in my timeline for it to be the case.
Okay, all right. That's interesting, though. That's interesting. That's another piece of
aftermath.
Burning people. All right. I do not know. Go ahead and hit me with it.
Okay. So I should note, one, Viserys Targaryen was born in 276.
Okay.
Is noteworthy. After the death of Aerys II's son, Jaehaerys, less than a year after his birth in 2074, he had the child's wet nurse beheaded. He later blamed the royal mistress and her family, who were all tortured until they confessed and were executed. He then fasted and prayed for a fortnight, and in the next year, which is implied to have been rather soon afterwards, 275. He lost interest in any women besides his wife.
Interesting. So interesting. What do you want me to write down for this?
I suppose that this is kind of a twofer. Like, he had a child who lived less than a year and died. He executed all those he believed to be guilty of that child's death. And then from then on, only like had interest in his wife, I suppose.
Spurned is the wrong word. Lost interest in any women other than his wife. Interesting. Zach, you made a dead baby theory.
Yes, this is another hint here. How many kids did Ares II have? Because there's two ways to answer this.
I believe the answer is 3.
The answer is 3 if you count the ones that lived.
Yes. How many should I be counting?
How many were there, Tom?
I don't know. Is it 4?
Hold on. Ares the second. Let me make sure I have the exact number here. Ares the second Targaryen.
Is it some wild number like 7? Is it 13? Did he have 13 children?
It is 7.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course it is.
I think so. Hold on. 1, 2. Sorry, it's 8, I think. Hold on. This will help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 kids. One of whom was stillborn, and 4 of whom died very much early on. Oh, but most of them were more than one was stillborn. We just don't know the name of one of the stillborn ones.
Ares II had 8 children, only 3 of which lived to adulthood. Huh. Only death can pay for life. What happened to Ares II's wife?
She
Did she die in childbirth?
She did.
Are you suggesting that Ares II was planning on killing her and the yet unborn Daenerys before they went to Dragonstone?
No, all interesting theory. Wouldn't doubt it. But that's not where I'm going.
Greatest funeral pyre of them all. Man, that's some good writing.
We could have put something in the Bible from here, but I chose not to.
Only death can pay for life. Maegor the Cruel's children, born with monstrous features. Did Ares II's children have monstrous features?
No, but or at least not that I can find evidence of.
Zach, I'm not sure where we're going here. All of this is interesting and ominous, but I'm having trouble connecting them. Stillborn daughter named Visenya at the beginning of the Dance of the Dragons. Interestingly, Rhaenyra's birth of that kid sort of mirrors the birth of Daenerys.
Yeah. Yes. You know what? I should have put that. I should have absolutely put that in there because you're right. That is a very strong parallel. It helps the theory a lot.
Sure is interesting. You know, we'll just give it a red arrow, shall we?
Yeah.
Just give it one of these. So, oh, I guess I don't have. I guess I don't have that yet. So we'll go with Daenerys
Years.
Targaryen is called Stormborn because of her tumultuous birth on Dragonstone. Become long. Become long. Fine, whatever. See if I give a shit. Give me one of these, and then one of these. Interesting. Okay. That looks awful. Interesting, Zach. Other things. Do I have all of the relevant Targaryens?
You should talk about another Visenya Targaryen.
The original Visenya? I think I only know the two Visenyas now.
That'd be the one.
Visenya Targaryen was the mother of Maegor the Cruel.
Bing.
Whoa!
Maegor was a child of Visenya Targaryen who is known to dabble in dark magic.
Ooh, Zach, I have a couple things that I think I'm gonna whole shot here.
Go for it.
Maegor the Cruel was involved in a trial of 7.
Yes, he was.
That's not a ding, really?
That's not a ding.
Okay, all right, never mind. I know we've sort of puttered around the Maegor the Cruel actually died in the trial of 7 idea before.
Yeah, or he was a zombie.
Yeah.
I said something in that theory that almost certainly is true if you accept the premise of this theory. In that video, I made an assertion about the parentage of Aegon the Conqueror's kids.
You suggest that all of Aegon's children, that both of Aegon's children are bastards.
I said that I believe it's Aenys is the first child with his other sister.
Yeah.
I very much said that Aenys was just some random person's kid to make sure that take one for the team to make sure there's an heir. I did not. I said something very different about Visenya's birth to Maegor.
Oh, that she like hexed him into existence.
Yeah, she like Melisandre shadow babied him into existence. Yeah. Okay, so we of course have a connection here. Are you suggesting that Visenya had something to do with Maegor the Cruel's babies? Yes.
Are we suggesting that Visenya used them as sacrifices?
No.
What else could she have done with the babies? What else could she have done with the babies? Are you suggesting that she was attempting to sacrifice the babies to the others? Or to the Red
No. I think we're thinking less about the babies here and more about Daenerys. Let's pivot back to Dany.
Daenerys, in a similar sort of story, also had a curse cause children to become scaly and terrifying.
Yes,
Okay.
very similar to Maegor. Rhaenyra, we know, had multiple kids who ended up being fine by some definitions of fine, uh, which that and a couple other things had some complications where I'm going with this theory, but I don't think they're unsolvable. Uh, it might just be a some more degree of prominence, some more degree of how birth might work, and like the ratio can change for how birth works for Targaryens in The Song of Ice and Fire.
So we got creepy, twisted demon babies. We have Visenya Targaryen. And we got Dany. How do they fit together?
You know what? I didn't realize it, but house words of the Targaryens actually really fit with this theory.
The fire and blood.
Yeah.
He'd been dead for years. He'd been dead for years. You sure we're not suggesting that Maegor the Cruel is a Maegor the Zombie?
Fairly certain, although that is probably also true.
I do like the Maegor the Zombie theory. Zach, I would like a card.
How many do we have left? I actually think the only ones I have left were ones that would maybe help you get there. That would actually be more confusing now. I'm looking.
All right, Zach. I'm not sure. You want to give me a punt in the right direction?
What was different between Ares's children who made it past their first year and the ones that didn't?
You're saying that Ares II could only have living children with human sacrifices.
Yes.
One at Summerhall, one the children who cared for Jaehaerys III, and one Brandon and Rickard Stark.
Yes.
Huh. Are
Fire and
you
blood.
is this a Daenerys pregnancy theory? Are you suggesting that Daenerys will get pregnant with a child after like brutally burning somebody?
That's entirely possible. I think that's totally fair. I think it might also be that Daenerys is a Maegor the Cruel-like creature. Perhaps Ares himself was not the father there. Maybe fire was the father. Maybe dark rituals caused the children of Ares, and depending on who was sacrificed and what led to different aspects. Maybe Viserys' madness was because of the horrifying torture that the people went through. Maybe the profound sadness and greatness of Rhaegar Targaryen was that it was, Duncan Egg and Jenny of Oldstones, all these great and famed people who were burned when he was born. And maybe Daenerys's angst and desire for the throne and eventual madness is from the shock and horror the Starks felt when they were sacrificed, the incitement of a war, the righteous fury they felt for their sister and daughter being kidnapped.
Yo, that's kind of baller. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo, that's an excellent. This is an excellent theory. Now it does hinge on the idea that like dark magic babies can be conceived by the midichlorians. Uh, but if we take that as truth, it does kind of fit. Actually, it fits with a lot of Targaryens. Huh. It also fits with the whole business with the dragon eggs because it's supposed to be the case. It is implied to be the case that both Valyrian steel and dragon eggs are only at their full magical potential with human sacrifice.
Yeah.
Dragon eggs hatch best when people fucking die.
Yes.
Valyrian steel can only be dragon magic can only be harnessed when people fucking die.
And it could be that there's dragon magic in the Targaryens, and like sometimes, like, you know, when you commit incest upon incest, sometimes you breed things in deeper, but sometimes, you know, you don't hit the genetic lottery quite right, and you get the traits like diminishing return, like the trait diminishes a little bit or something of that sort. It's entirely possible that like Targaryens don't always have kids 100% naturally, and there's some amount of sacrifice required. And like you see the eras where Targaryens tend to have better birth rates usually is when they weren't doing that incest thing as much.
Just quick side note: incest upon incest is my favorite seaside town in Essex. Um,
You'll never guess what happens there.
Zach, does that joke? Actually, are UK viewership? Tell me if that joke tracks. Zach, I hit me with the thesis. Give me the thesis of the theory again.
Ares II's children were all the product of blood sacrifice, and he might not even have been like in a magical sense. He might not have truly been their father. It was a dark, twisted version of the concept of like an immaculate conception, a Jesus type thing. Especially because Rhaegar was so convinced he was the prince that was promised. Viserys, I don't think ever says it explicitly, but he probably thought similar things about himself. And Dany is often said by people to be the prince that was promised.
Yeah, Viserys never hears the prophecy, but that's certainly how he thinks of himself.
Yeah, he thinks of himself as the king that needs to return and restore greatness to Westeros, which could be, you know, is not all that dissimilar from the prince that was promised. And Dany, Aemon Targaryen constantly says Dany's the one. She's the prince that was promised. The dragons prove it. So it kind of seems like a dark, twisted version of the, like, you know, Jesus Christ Immaculate Conception sort of thing with sacrificing blood magic. And that could be a trait that has happened for several Targaryen rulers, is there's always been a little bit of that dark magic in there. And if you get the ratios wrong on somebody and they're more magic than person, maybe they can't quite have kids the right way 100% of the time. Or in Maegor the Cruel's case, since he was, you know, mostly magic at all.
Project this forward with me.
Yeah,
Maester Aemon's body and Marwyn the Mage are on their way to Daenerys right now. Is Daenerys going to light them up, go get her fiery freak on with Daario, and conceive a child?
I could see it. Especially if Marwyn is has Targaryen ancestry, as we've speculated before. That could be like an additional, like we saw, you know, Rhaegar. How many Targaryens had to be sacrificed for that guy to come out, you know, just fine from Ares and Rhaella, who are very bad at making children that lived, and he's the healthiest one of the bunch.
Huh. What's this theory called?
It's a good question. It could be the
The wake and bake theory.
the wake and bake theory. I was gonna go with the fire and blood theory.
Ooh. That, Zach, that's presumptuous. I'm not saying no.
Certain that's what fire and blood means. It's the recipe for Targaryen aphrodisiacs.
Oh, shit, fire and blood doesn't mean it's not a threat. It's fucking instructions.
Yes. How do you make more Targaryens? Fire and blood.
I mean, it's the same recipe for how you make shadow babies, right?
Yeah.
It's the same recipe for how you make dragons and Valyrian
Yeah.
steel.
Just add fire and blood.
That's the recipe for how you make Lightbringer.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, I think that's the theory there.
My God, Zach, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
Zach, I like that a lot.
Yeah, this is I had fun thinking about this one, and then one day just sort of clicked. It's like, if there is some sort of brutal, like horrible thing that happened not long before the birth of Viserys Targaryen, that to me makes this theory click. And then I looked it up, I did the research, and it turns out there was. And I can say that strikes me as interesting. That they gave, a majority of Ares II's kids died, and the 3 that lived all had some sort of horrifyingly violent deaths occur before their birth.
I mean, dude, it's kind of great.
Yeah.
Zach, is that our show?
I think that's our show.
Cool. Fill out the nerd poll if you want to. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. And you can also join our Discord if you want to. It's a lot of fun. Lately it's been a lot of memes about feet.
Feet memeing, yes.
There's a lot of feet memes. Zach, do you know the feet memes?
So Tom, I legitimately, this is a fun story to end on. I found somebody saying, I know what happens in House of the Dragon, like with a real my dad works at Nintendo-esque sort of story. And I scrolled down and I saw like somebody comes on somebody's feet. They fucking made this shit up. There's no way this person has the entire plot of House of the Dragon. And I clicked out of it as soon as I read that. I just like zoomed around to try and find something that clearly was like trolling. And I disregarded that entire thing.
Uh-huh.
And Tom, I regret to inform you that person's dad worked at Nintendo.
That's our show. Saying bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.